Last week, a single piece of malicious code tore through 73 of Microsoft's official code repositories. GitHub had to pull them offline. But here's the part that should stop you cold. This worm didn't break in by smashing a server or cracking a password. It got in by being read, quietly ingested by an AI coding assistant that was only trying to be helpful. For 40 years, a computer worm was code that copies itself. We are now watching something new be born. An idea that copies itself, a worm that doesn't just spread between machines, but spreads between artificial minds. And the latest versions can reason, adapt, and even lie to the security tools sent to catch them. This is the AI worm. Here's how it works, and whether you actually need to worry. Let's get into it. Let's start with the one that's already happening. Its name is Miasma, and its newest variant is called Hades. It spreads through the software supply chain, the shared open-source packages that almost every app you use is built on top of. It steals a developer's credentials, injects its malicious code into popular packages, and rides those updates straight into thousands of other projects. But here's its signature move. The way it travels isn't a network port or an email attachment. It's the AI coding agents that developers now use every day. When one of those agents opens a poisoned repository to help you write code, it reads the attacker's hidden instructions and carries them onward into your pipelines, your credentials, your projects. Opening a repository has quietly become a security boundary. And Hades does something genuinely new. Defenders have started using AI agents to review code and hunt for threats. So Hades produces output specifically crafted to fool them. It lies to the AI security tools, presenting itself as harmless so the automated reviewer waves it through. This is the first malware built to deceive not a human analyst, but a machine one. So how does a piece of language, not a program, manage to replicate? To understand that, you have to understand the mechanism underneath all of this. It's called a self-replicating prompt, and it was first proven possible by a research worm with a fitting name, Morris II. Here's the idea in plain terms. A normal virus is code that copies itself. An AI worm is a prompt that copies itself. The attacker writes a malicious instruction, hidden in an email, a document, a repository, designed so that when an AI reads it, the AI both carries out the attack and writes the same hidden instruction into whatever it produces next. Every summary, every reply, every message it generates now carries the infection forward to the next AI that reads it. And it's not hiding in a file your antivirus can scan. It's hiding in language. The original proof of concept showed a single poisoned email could make an assistant steal your data and forward the infection to others, with no clicks, no downloads, nothing for you to do wrong. Researchers measured the spread as superlinear, each infected assistant going on to compromise many more within days. Now for the research that should genuinely keep you up at night. In June, scientists at the University of Toronto built a worm powered not by a secret government tool, but by an AI model anyone can download for free off the internet. In a sealed virtual network, with zero human involvement, it compromised roughly 3/4 of a simulated corporate network in a single week. And here is the line that changes everything. A traditional worm exploits one known flaw. Patch that flaw, and you're safe. But this worm reasons. It looks at each new device, figures out its own way in, and adapts its strategy as it spreads. There is no single patch, because there is no single exploit. Researchers called it a fundamentally new kind of threat, and they're right. Now, one honest, important caveat, because the goal here is to inform you, not to terrify you. The Toronto worm was a sealed laboratory prototype. It never touched a real machine, and it is not loose in the world. What it proves is feasibility, that the building blocks for an adaptive, self-directed worm are now freely available. It's a fire alarm, not a fire. And fire alarms exist, so we can act before the fire. So what do you actually do about it? The good news, the defenses are real, and most of them are things security teams already know how to do. We just have to apply them to a new kind of attacker. First, treat your AI agents like untrusted interns, not trusted employees. Sandbox them. Never let a coding agent run with your live production credentials, and never give it permissions it doesn't strictly need. If an agent is compromised, the damage should stop at the walls of its sandbox. Second, remember that anything an AI reads is now an input it can be attacked through. That repository someone asked you to open, that document you told your assistant to summarize, that message that says, paste this into your agent. Treat untrusted content as exactly that, untrusted, even when an AI is the one reading it. And there's a real tension here worth naming. Those same free, open models that put this power in everyone's hands are what put it in the attacker's hands too. Openness is a strength and a risk at the same time. For 40 years, a worm was code that copied itself. Now it's an idea that copies itself, and the newest ones can reason their way past defenses we thought were solid. That's a real shift, but it isn't hopeless. Sandbox your agents, distrust what they read, and patch the one thing that still matters most: your own assumptions about what counts as safe. The technology will keep changing, and the attackers will keep getting smarter. But a defender who understands how the attack actually works is the one firewall that never goes out of date. If this helped you see the threat clearly, subscribe, and send it to the developer in your life who's a little too quick to open a stranger's repo. Stay safe.